Hello students, how are you? Students, I hope you all are fine and enjoying your studies. Students, today's chapter is chapter number 3, the Delhi Sultans of class 7th history book. Student, in this chapter, we will discuss about the Delhi rulers and sultans and their administration and their architecture and the expansion of Delhi Empire from garrison town to empire. So student, now we will start our chapter. Let's start. Students, you see here a king sitting on throne. He is a ruler. Nowadays, our PM, Shri Narendra Modi ji, is rule our country. So, I hope you will understand the ruler. In chapter 2, we saw that regions like the Kaveri Delta became the center of large kingdoms. Did you notice that there was no mention of a kingdom with Delhi as its capital? That was because Delhi became an important city only in the 12th century. Take a look at table 1. Delhi first became the capital of a kingdom under the Tomar Rajputs, who were defeated in the middle of the 12th century by the Chauhanas, also referred to as Chahmanas of Ajmer. It was under the Tomars and Chauhans that Delhi became an important commercial center. Many rich Jain merchants lived in the city and constructed several temples. Coins minted here called Dehliwal had a wide circulation. The transformation of Delhi into a capital that controlled vast areas of the subcontinent started with the foundation of the Delhi Sultan in the beginning of the 13th century. Take a look at table 1 again and identify the 5 dynasties that together made the Delhi Sultan. So student, in this table, here we see the different dynasty and their successors. First, we see here Rajput dynasties. In Rajput, Tomars were ruled first, early 12th century to 1165, in which Anangpal was ruled 1130 to 1145. After Tomars, Chauhans were ruled Delhi in 1165 to 1192. Prithviraj Chauhan was famous ruler of Chauhan's dynasty. He ruled 1175 to 1195. After Rajputs, early Turkish rulers ruled Delhi in 1206 to 1290. The first was Qutbuddin Aibak, 1206 to 1210. After him, Shamsuddin Iltutmish was ruled Delhi in 1210 to 1236. After Razia, she ruled Delhi 1236 to 1240. Then Ghiyasuddin Balban 1266 to 1287. After Turkish ruler, Khalji dynasty was ruled Delhi. They ruled 1290 to 1320. Their famous ruler Jalaluddin Khalji ruled 1290 to 1296 and Alauddin Khalji was ruled 1296 to 1316. After Khalji dynasty, Tughlaq dynasty was ruled Delhi between 1320 to 1414. Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq 1320 to 1324. Muhammad Tughlaq 1324 to 1351. Firoz Shah Tughlaq 1351 to 1388. All ruled Delhi. After Tughlaq dynasty, Sayyid dynasty was ruled Delhi in between 1414 to 1451. Khijr Khan was famous ruler of this dynasty. He ruled 1414 to 1421. After Sayyid dynasty, Lodi dynasty ruled Delhi 1451 to 1526. Behlol Lodi was famous ruler of Lodi dynasty. He ruled 1451 to 1489. So students, the Delhi Sultan built many cities in the area that we now know as Delhi. Look at map 1 and locate Delhi, Kuhana, Siri and Jahanpana. So students, our next topic is finding out about the Delhi Sultans. Here you see some pictures. In these pictures, 4 stages in the making of manuscript was described. Picture A, preparing the paper. Picture B, writing the text. In picture C, melting gold to highlight important words and passages. Number 4, preparing the binding. So students, although inscriptions, coins and architecture provides a lot of information, especially valuable are histories. Tariq singular, Tuarik plural, written in Persian, the language of administration under the Delhi Sultan. The author of Tuarik were learned men, secretaries, administrators, poets and courtiers who both recounted events and advised ruler on governance, emphasizing the importance of just rule. So students, here we discuss the circle of justice. Fakir-e-Mudabbir wrote in the 13th century that a king cannot survive without soldiers and soldiers cannot live without salaries. Salaries come from the revenue collected from peasants, but peasants can pay revenue only when they are prosperous and happy. This happens when the king promotes justice and honest governance. Do you think the circle of justice is an appropriate term to describe the relationship between the king and his subject? I think this is correct. This is an appropriate description. Keep the following additional details in mind. Number 1. The authors of Tuarik lived in cities, mainly Delhi, and hardly ever in villages. Number 2. They often wrote their histories for sultans in the hope of rich reward. Number 3. These authors advised ruler on the need to preserve an ideal social order based on birthright and gender distinctions. Their ideas were not shared by everybody. Students, here we see 2 words, birthright and gender distinction. Birthright is privileges claimed on account of birth. For example, people believed that nobles inherited their right to govern because they were born in certain families. And gender distinction is social and biological differences between women and men. Usually, these differences are used to argue that men are superior to women. In 1236, Sultan Iltutmish's daughter Razia became Sultan. The chronicler of the age, Minhaj-i-Siraj, recognized that she was more able and qualified than all her brothers, but he was not comfortable at having a queen as ruler, nor were the nobles happy at her attempts to rule independently. She was removed from the throne in 1204. So students, now we will discuss our next topic, from garrison towns to empire, the expansion of Delhi Sultan. Students, look at this map. Map 2, major cities captured by Shamsuddin Iltutmish. In the early 13th century, the control of the Delhi sultans rarely went beyond heavily fortified towns occupied by garrisons. What is garrisons? Garrison town means a fortified settlement with soldiers. The sultan seldom controlled the hinterland. What is hinterland, students? The lands adjacent to a city or port that supply it with goods and services. So, hinterland of the cities and were therefore dependent upon trade, tribute or plunder for supplies. Controlling garrison towns in distant Bengal and Sindh from Delhi was extremely difficult. Rebellion, war, even bad weather could snap fragile communication routes. Delhi's authority was also challenged by Mongol invasions from Afghanistan by governors who rebelled at any sign of the Sultan's weakness. The Sultanate barely survived these challenges. Its consolidation occurred during the reign of Ghiyasuddin Balban and further expansion under Alauddin Khalji and Muhammad Tughlaq. The first set of campaigns along the internal frontier of the Sultanate aimed at consolidating the hinterland of the garrison towns. During these campaigns, forests were cleared in the Ganga Yamuna Doab or hunter-gatherers and pastoralists expelled from their habitat. These lands were given to peasants and agriculture was encouraged. New fortresses, garrison towns and towns were established to protect trade routes and to promote regional trade. The second expansion occurred along the external frontier of the Sultanate. Military expedition into southern India started during the reign of Alauddin Khalji. Students, see map 3 and culminated with Muhammad Tughlaq. In their campaigns, Sultanate armies captured elephants, horses and slaves and carried away precious metal. By the end of Muhammad Tughlaq's reign, 150 years after somewhat humble beginning, the armies of the Delhi Sultanate had marched across a large part of the subcontinent. They had defeated rival armies and seized cities. The Sultanate collected taxes from the peasantry and dispensed justice in its realm. But how complete and effective was its control over such a vast territory? So, student, see map 3. In this map, Alauddin Khalji campaign into southern India. You see, he started from Delhi and went to Gujarat and Devgiri, Ranthambore, Chittor, Mandu, Warangal, Tanjavur and Madurai. This map shows the expansion of Alauddin Khalji from Delhi to vast area in southern India. So student, you see figure 2, Kuwait al-Islam Mosque and Minaret, built during the last decade of the 12th century. This was the congregational mosque of the first city built by the Delhi Sultans, described in the chronicles as Delhi-i-Kuhana, the old city. The mosque was enlarged by Iltutmish and Alauddin Khalji. The minar was built by two sultans, Qutbuddin Aibak and Iltutmish. In figure 3, Begumpuri Mosque, built in the reign of Muhammad Tughlaq, was the main mosque of Jahanpana, the sanctuary of the world, his new capital in Delhi. The masjid. A mosque is called a masjid in Arabic, literally a place where a Muslim prostrates in reverence to Allah. In a congregational mosque, Masjid-e-Jami or Jama Masjid, Muslims read their prayers, namaz together. Members of the congregation choose the most respected learned male as their leader, Imam, for the ritual of prayer. He also delivers the sermon, khutbah, during the Friday prayer. During prayer, Muslims stand facing Makkah. In India, this is to the west. This is called the Qibla. The Delhi Sultan built several mosques in cities all over the subcontinent. These demonstrated their claim to be protectors of Islam and Muslims. Mosques also helped to create the sense of a community of believers who shared a belief system and a code of conduct. It was necessary to reinforce this idea of community because Muslims came from a variety of backgrounds. Student, see figure 4, Mot Ki Masjid, built in the reign of Sikandar Lodi by his minister. In figure 5, Mosque of Jamali, Kamali, built in the late 1520s. So students, now we will discuss our question answer. So be ready. So student, first question, which of the following was not the king of the Rajput dynasty? Options are Tomars, Anangpal, Prithviraj Chauhan, Behlol Lodi. Correct answer is Behlol Lodi. Next question. Which ruler first established his capital at Delhi? Options are Chauhan rulers, Tomar Rajput rulers, Turkish rulers, Khalji dynasty. Right answer is Tomar Rajput ruler. Next question is, who was the first slave king of Delhi Sultanate? Options are Kutubuddin Aibak, Iltutmish, Razia Sultana, Alauddin Khalji. Correct answer is Kutubuddin Aibak. Next question. What was the language of administration under the Delhi Sultan? Options Urdu, Persian, Hindi, English. Correct answer is Persian. Next question. The position of standing facing Makkah during namaz is known as, options are khutbah, Qibla, Sajda. Correct answer is Qibla. Next question is, a fortified settlement with soldier was, option hinterland, garrison town, Jagir, and none of these. Correct answer is garrison town. So students, now fill all these blanks. First, Tariq or Tuarik were written in dash. Answer is Persian. Dash was built by two rulers, Kutubuddin Aibak and Iltutmish. Answer is Qutub Minar. Next, leader of the namaz is dash. Answer is Imam. Next, Razia Sultana ruled from dash to 1240 AD. Answer is 1236. So students, I will ask some true and false. Delhi became an important city under the rule of Tomars and Chauhanas. True. Minhaj-e-Siraj was in favor of Queen's rule in Delhi. False. Delhi-i-Kuhana was oldest of four cities of Delhi and was established by Muhammad bin Tughlaq. True. So students, now match some columns. Column A and column B. First, Dehliwal. Second, Shamsuddin Iltutmish. Third, century of the world. Now you match with these columns. First, column B is early Turkish ruler. Second is Jahanpana. Third is coins minted in Delhi. So student, Now start match all these options. Delhiwal. Right answer is coins minted in Delhi. Shamsuddin Iltutmish. Right answer is early Turkish ruler. Century of the world is Jahanpanah. So students, all claps for themselves. Now we will stop here our part 1. Thank you. So students, here we stop our chapter The Delhi Sultan part 1. We meet again in part 2. So stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you.